right, good morning. Thank you all for being here today. I'm thrilled to stand here today. My name, by the way, good morning. My name is Betty Cruz. I'm the Manager of Special Initiatives in the Office of Mayor William Peduto. I manage our Welcoming Pittsburgh initiative, which is co-presenting today's exhibit with LaRoche College. We are so thrilled and excited to be here today and officially unveil this exhibit. It's our hope that the exhibit will encourage cultural dialogue across the city and within our building to build a more welcoming Pittsburgh. So thank you all for being here and getting us started. I'd like to go ahead and introduce Valerie McDonald-Roberts. She's Chief of Urban Affairs in the Office of the Mayor. Valerie, if you can come up.
Thank you. Thank you, Betty. Thank you all very much for being here, for taking your time out of your day to celebrate, to always celebrate what we want Pittsburgh to become. We're at the beginning, but we need to grow. Wanted to also acknowledge the strategic action plan of Welcoming Pittsburgh. One of nearly 40 actionable strategies outlined in the Welcoming Pittsburgh plan is to promote international learning exchanges and open up the city-county building as an exhibition space to celebrate Pittsburgh's global community in a simple and meaningful step towards this goal. The Shared Border, Shared Dreams exhibit reminds us of the powerful awareness that comes when we step into the shoes of our neighbors, and we're redefining what our neighbors are. We have to redefine what our neighbors are. As Mr. Rogers said, all of us at some time or another need help. Whether we're giving or receiving help, each of us has something valuable to bring to this world. That's one of the things that connects us as neighbors. In our own way, each of us is a giver or a receiver at some time or another. As I have gone on vacation and wore my Mr. Rogers t-shirt that I got many, many years ago, and I make sure it doesn't get dry rot, I keep it special in the cedar closet. It is my message to anywhere I go what neighbors are all about. And it is just wonderful to be able to have somebody like Betty Cruz, who has a passion for this and actually has put the meat on the bones to make something tangible happen, to bring many people together and come up with an action plan by being inclusive of so many people, so many entities, interacting initiatives. So the mayor is blessed. Mayor William Peduto is blessed to have someone like her to make this an actual reality. And we're getting started now. Without further ado, I would like to introduce someone very, very special that is part of this. It's a collaboration and is very key to this collaboration. Sister Candace Intracaso from LaRoche College. Sister Candace, would you please come up and say some remarks?
Thank you, Valerie, and thank you, Betty. Good morning. In the spring of 2013, the Shared Border, Shared Dreams exhibit was unveiled and displayed at Wright Library on LaRoche College's campus. Fortunately for me, I was able to witness the interaction of students and visitors as I walked by the exhibit daily to get to my office. It never occurred to me, or probably to the students and faculty involved in its creation, that 2 years later, it would be displayed here at City Hall. I stand here today with great pride in our students, pride in our alumni, pride in our faculty, and pride in our curriculum, which includes what we call the LaRoche Experience, or LRX. LRX is a required sequence for all traditional freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. It introduces them to the history of the college, to our Catholic heritage, to our founders, the Sisters of Divine Providence, and to the principles of social justice. And by understanding the principles of peace and justice, our students understand their role within the larger community, which prepares them to step into today's international and competitive global marketplace. Shared Border, Shared Dreams came about when a faculty member, Sister Michelle Bisbee, wanted to examine contemporary issues within her LaRoche Experience Regions of Conflict course. She chose an untraditional method, a student-designed exhibit that simulated the journey of undocumented immigration. After intensive research in the Design for Social Impact class, taught by two of our professors here today, Neha Agrawal and Beth Sherrill, our students conceptualized and designed the exhibit you see before you for more than 600 LaRoche students to explore the U.S. immigration policy. In the words of our student designers, shared borders, shared dreams depicted what couldn't be divided by a border, and that is the universal dreams that give humans a sense of belonging and safety. As more and more students and visitors from the community interacted with the exhibit, it became clear that many of us have, as U.S. citizens, what we have is not always by our merit, it is merely fortuitous circumstances of our birth. Shared border, shared dreams was an opportunity for our students and now all of Pittsburgh to walk in another's shoes and come to know immigrants face to face. The exhibit is truly a LaRoche experience. It is truly a human experience of shared dreams. Thank you for allowing us to have it here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, sister. And again, thank you so much to LaRoche for this wonderful partnership. We're thrilled. We'd like to also take a moment to bring up those great design team, students and faculty, to speak a little bit about what inspired their creation of this exhibit.
Thank you, Betty. I'm Beth Sherrill. I'm an assistant professor in graphic design at LaRoche College. And as Sister Candace mentioned, this project was brought to us by an LRX course called Regions of Conflict. And this course specifically, this semester, the focus was the U.S. borders. And so our students began researching and quickly zeroed in on the issue of immigration. And through the research, through testimonials and interviews with immigrants, they really began to empathize with the immigrants. And they found that as college students pursuing their dreams with a college degree, shared a lot of similarities to those immigrants who are coming to the United States of America. And we really began to empathize with these undocumented immigrants.
And so empathy became the primary goal of what these alumni, then students, wanted to create. And I'm not going to take up too much of your time because I really want you to hear from the creators of the project. But empathy became the primary goal of what we were doing. They really wanted to make sure that the dialogue that was sparked amongst the LaRoche community came from a point of understanding. And empathy really is at the core of what designers do. So we're really just honored and thrilled and thankful to the Office of the Mayor to give us a chance to share this project with the community, hopefully facilitate a dialogue on a larger level. And as professors, of course, we're always excited if students can take their learning and apply it beyond the classroom. So I'd like to introduce 2 of the 7, not all of them could be here today, unfortunately, that created this project. I have Maria Vajevic and Matthew Pawlowski.
Hello, I'm Maria Vajevic, and this is Matthew. We want to thank you all for being here today and being part of this experience. It meant a lot to us as it was a part of our journey as well during college and figuring out what our dreams were as well along the way. So we weren't sure what we should be telling you about this, but we would like to perhaps take some questions if anyone has gone through the simulation and would like to know more about our side or what you took away from it. Okay.
Do you want to talk about what it meant to you to do this project?
Well, I've talked a little bit. Why don't you?
Hi, I'm Matt. I think for me, and I'm speaking on behalf of all the alumni and the students who did the project, it's really awesome to see how it makes an impact and to see it in a public space where everyone's coming and doing it, and more than just the college students at our college were able to do it. So it's awesome to see how it's in the public sphere and it's gaining that knowledge outside, and hopefully it makes a huge impact and goes a long way, and look forward to see the results of it.
We never anticipated this to actually become this large, and it meant so much when we did this in college, I know that for myself in particular, I didn't know, I wasn't educated that much about the topic. And so being able to spend 2.5 to 3 months specifically only learning about this topic for one class, it was eye-opening. And so that's what we want everyone to take away from this experience, is for your eyes to be opened, and you're getting what it took 3 months for us to learn, hopefully what you would learn in a half an hour. And so that's what we took away from this.
Thank you. Great. Thank you. And they'll be around for a little bit if there are questions afterward. Next, I would love to bring up the bishop. It's our great honor to have Bishop Zubik here today to say a few words on his take on this exhibit. Thank you so much, Bishop.
Well, good morning, everybody. Well, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and the true beauty of all neighborhoods, and I'm sure that Fred Rogers would clearly agree, is the beauty of the diverse people who live, work, and worship here. And first of all, I'd like to say a special word of thanks to my good friend, Sister Candace, as president of La Roche, and also to Sister Michelle Bisbee, to Beth and Neha. What a great assignments you gave to your students. This assignment reflects the best of La Roche and a hallmark of Catholic higher education, learning how to apply knowledge and skills to better serve humanity, especially those who are most in need. And all of you from La Roche, you really make us proud. Second of all, I say a special word of thanks to Mayor Peduto and ask that Valerie McDonald share that with the mayor. What a great idea to install this shared border, shared dream exhibit here in the City County building to promote the Welcoming Pittsburgh initiative to attract a diverse immigrant population to our city. I commend the mayor and his staff for all they are doing to welcome our newest neighbors, some who have crossed oceans and borders to get here. The growth of Pittsburgh can be tied to the growth of our immigrant communities. It was true for my grandparents who came from Slovakia to southwestern Pennsylvania in their day, and it is still true today. How good it is that our community is friendly and welcoming, especially for those who are struggling to adjust and realize their dreams. My ancestors, like many of yours, came to Pittsburgh to pursue a dream. You and I are the beneficiaries of their dream and of their courage and of their determination. Whether they came seeking jobs in the mills or the mines, or were forced to flee the ravages of World War I or II, they had the same dream as immigrants of today: safety, economic opportunity, and the chance for a better life for themselves and for their children. It is a human dream. It is a timeless dream. And this dream, in the hearts of immigrant women and men, has enabled our region and this city to thrive. Pope Francis reminds us, and I quote, "Every human being is a child of God. We ourselves need to see, and then to help others to see, that immigrants and refugees do not represent a problem to be solved. Rather, they are our sisters and brothers to be welcomed, respected, and loved." We have great cause to be proud in the city of Pittsburgh for being such a livable city, for being a place that welcomes and respects our newest neighbors, our newest immigrants. To our new immigrants, please allow me to say, it is a joy and honor for me to be your neighbor. Yes, it is true, as Fred Rogers would say, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. God bless you all.
Thank you, Bishop, for those beautiful and inspiring words. Thank you so much. Finally, I'd love to bring up Daisy Munoz, who's here with us today. Daisy is a recipient of DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival program, and I'd love to have Daisy come up and share a few words on her story. Daisy?
Good morning. My name is Daisy Munoz. I am 19 years old. I came to this country when I was 9 years old from Mexico. I started elementary school and I hated it because I didn't speak any English and I didn't understand the teachers or students. Eventually, I started an ESL class that my elementary school offered. I learned English and I started getting used to my new life. And then by junior year, when all my classmates were thinking about college and where to go, I wasn't able to because I didn't have my papers. You see, what made me different was everybody was thinking about it, everybody was talking about it, and I couldn't. Even in my own family, I'm the oldest of 5. They were born here and I wasn't. I was an A and B student and I did have 95% of my attendance, which I did apply for the Pittsburgh Promise. Eventually, my mom heard about the DACA and then heard about the Jewish and Family and Children's Services. She heard about it from a friend. Right away, she looked into it and we got started with the legal process by the end of summer. That following year, it wasn't until April of the following year that I received my papers. By then I had been out of school for about a year and I had started beauty school where I also received 1 year of my Pittsburgh Promise that Brashear gave me. Today I work full-time at a salon on the East End and I love my job. I am so thankful to this country for this opportunity. I am proud to call Pittsburgh my home. Thank you.
Thank you, Daisy, for sharing. And I just want to repeat that. So Daisy was an A and B student, almost 100% attendance. She was an example in her class, but she couldn't dream. Her dream was interrupted because she didn't have her papers. Today, she's successful and thriving and contributing back to our city as a result, and we're able to keep her here in Pittsburgh and her family. So thank you, Daisy. And that's it for this portion, but I invite you all to please walk through, experience the exhibit, see if your dreams can come true as you walk through, and we'll take any questions afterward. Thank you.